The first thing we need to do is write our name on the back of our paper. Make sure you flip it over so it's safe on the back. Now we're going to be doing a wax resist. What that means is we're going to use something with wax or oil, like these oil pastels, to draw on our paper first. We're not coloring the whole thing, we're just drawing lines, making little marks. Then we're going to go back and watercolor the whole thing so that our oils show up. We're going to be using a lot of white, so it's going to be really hard to see where you make marks on your paper. We're also going to be using yellow and a little bit of orange. The first thing I want you to make is going to be the moon. You can put it anywhere you want. I'm going to put mine up by the top corner of my page. You can make a circle, you can make a crescent moon like I've made. You could make a different kind of moon, whatever moon you want. Then you're going to add some stars. To make stars, it's really, really easy. I'm going to first show you how to make a star on this piece of paper. The steps are pretty simple. You start at one spot, you go up and back down. The first two steps, it's like you're making the big letter A. Then from one of these corners at the bottom, you're going to make a diagonal line that goes up and off to the side. You'll make a straight line that goes all to the other side, and then you're going to connect the last 2 points. When you do this really fast, it looks like this. Up, down, across, across, across. Up, down, across, across, across. You can make them teeny tiny. You can make them much bigger. When you do it with the oil pastels, because of how thick they are, you won't be able to see this middle part so much. It'll just look like yellow. We're going to make a bunch of little stars around our page. This is where you can use both the yellow and the orange oil pastels. You can also make some stars with just some simple lines, like that. Once you're happy with your stars, we're just going to need the white oil pastels. This part is going to be tricky because you cannot see the white on your paper while you're working. Just like we looked at Vincent van Gogh's The Starry Night, we're going to be making swirly lines the same way. You might start by doing swirly lines around your moon, like the light is shining from your moon. Now I know it's really hard to see, but if I move my paper, you can kind of see my lines around my moon. Then you're going to start creating swirly lines on your paper. Again, they're not going to be perfect, and it's going to be kind of hard to see. You might move your paper after you do a few lines so you can see where they are at. You're just going to fill your paper with swirly lines. You can kind of see how I filled up my paper with swirly lines. We're going to put away the oil pastels, and I'm going to get you guys some watercolor paint. Now I'm going to be giving you the whole tray, just like always, but I've only opened up 2 of the colors. These are both the blue colors. We're not using the others because you won't see those in a night sky. I'm also making sure everybody has their water cup. Remember, when you use the watercolors, you start with some water on your brush and then you dip it into the color paint that you want. Then you can start brushing across your page. And do you see my white lines are starting to show up? Remember, the more water you have and the less watercolor, the lighter it's going to be. When you're done, make sure to rinse off your paintbrush, go up to the sink. Remember, we swirl it on the palm of our hand till all the paint is gone. And then I will come by and pick up your paint palette and put your art on the drying rack.